this was enough for me to get PTSD. So I was just really, I am here. I'm not in the past.
So what was your takeaway from that?
When your nervous system feels safe, this is the beginning of the healing. When you criticize yourself, our brain thinks someone's attacking you and it goes into defense. Some people say things like, I never thought that I can dream to be happy. Maybe you don't love yourself in this present moment, but look at you, you survived, And now my mindfulness is about how much you can just be yourself and be okay with it.
My name is Abdullah Boulad. I'm the founder and CEO of the Balance Rehab Clinic. My guest today is Emi Lizuka, a mindfulness teacher, somatic experiencing practitioner, and compassion-based therapist. In this episode, Emi shares her personal journey of surviving a narcissistic partner and raising her son as a single mother, to becoming a respected teacher of mindfulness and somatic experiencing. We explore the neuroscience of empathy, how our brains are wired to expand compassion more easily to those we identify with, and how practices like mindfulness and somatic work can help us reframe that bias and expand our capacity for connection. We also dive into the topic of self-compassion, why it's so difficult, silence the inner critic, and how harsh self-judgment keeps us locked in cycles of shame, stress, and disconnection. We discuss how awareness is the first step toward changing any of these patterns, and why mindfulness is the practice that makes that awareness possible. I hope you will enjoy.
So Abdullah, I have actually prepared some little exercise to do it with you because I'm nervous. So I need to be really feeling that I'm here now. Would you like to do it with me?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
Please.
great. So this is really to wake up the sensation of the body so that now I'm like repeating what I'm going to say in my mind, but rather going to the mind, I can really land in this moment with you. So the conversation comes not from here, but from the body. Yes?
Great.
Okay. So we can just touch our skin, really mind-free, because this wakes up the sensation of the body. This skin is the first layer to distinguish you and the other, no? And it has a fascia just underneath the skin that has the end of all the nerve systems. So which means if you touch like this, it can sense the signal through the fascia and through the end of the nerves to the brain saying, oh, Emi, you're here in this moment. And I actually do this quite often with the client because we need to, then we can start really work on ourselves. And if we are up in the head, then I need to spend long time to get them to this moment, no? So we can touch our head, our face. And might come this, deeper breath, yes. And we can touch now the second layer of our structure, which is this muscle or the flesh.
It's a bit stronger.
Yes, absolutely. So this gives you the feeling of the heaviness that you have in your body. And I actually invite people to sigh out with me. So now in a sitting position, I'm not really going and touching like back of the side or my bum and stuff. But you can really touch and take time to feel that your body is here and now. Yes. And obviously like feet has so much activities throughout the day. So when we touch our feet, it goes like yes. So the deepest layer we can touch now is the bone. So let's wake up the bone so that we feel this denseness. Yeah, you can do the fist. Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at you. And there's a part that we have a bones and we don't have. We can distinguish that. And really wake up these long bones. Yeah, great. Oh, yeah. Just one more thing.
Yes.
Okay. So when you feel your feet, and maybe you have a sitting bone, you can feel it on this soft chair. And then when you place one hand on the top of your head, so this is giving a signal to your nervous system that where you are in this vast space in between the ground and the sky, and this is really feels like good. I mean, yeah,
It grounds me.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm ready. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you for
Thank you.
this introduction. So this grounds, this calms our nervous system, right?
But how do you feel?
I feel present.
Yeah,
I feel I'm here.
great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amy, what motivated you to do what you do today, like the exercise we just did?
My first entrance to healing was through yoga. So I met yoga in 2003 in Tokyo because I'm Japanese from Tokyo. But then I kind of quickly get into work in this yoga field in Australia, where I was living for 15 years. So I was actually sending this amazing teacher to Japan and work as a translator on the training course. But then I met this my teacher. She was a yoga therapist and she became an occupational therapist. And she taught me through yoga and yoga therapy about breath, nerve system, and all these sensations that we have in our body and mental health through yoga. So this was the beginning of me really understanding the mental health and how to take care of our mental health. Then so I was doing that for like about 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Then in 2015, I became a mother with a man who is the father of my son, who had strong traits of narcissistic personality disorder. But it's about 10 years ago now, no? And
Yes.
at the time, no one was really talking about narcissistic personality disorder. There was no information available for this. But I had a few years, very short relationship with him, and resulted of having this relationship as a mother parent. But one day when my son was 14 months, I could not put words into what was actually going on because there was no information, or I did not have knowledge about the specific case and stuff. I found my body shaking with stress. And this was somehow a big signal for me that, Emi, something's going wrong and you need to get out. So I managed to find a way out of that relationship with my son. And afterwards, I got to know there was such a thing, personality disorder, narcissism. I was really grateful that I could read my, the signal of my body.
Yeah.
And this was because I was already doing the yoga and meditation, breathing practice, and mindfulness before. And I came into mindfulness not through the meditation itself, but more like through body, the awareness of the body, and more like anatomy and biology of how human being works. Yeah. So that was the beginning of, or like it was deepening my journey into these healing professions.
Thank you for sharing that. I can imagine it was a difficult moment, first to realize there is a problem, and then second to take action in such a difficult phase. How did you connect to your body to feel you need to change?
This is how much you can trust that voice, no, of yours. And in that moment, even though I had these conditions of this is a son, so he needs a father, and he needs to have both parents, and all these conditions, which I have worked also through this trauma work that later on I studied. But at the time, it was just a strong voice that I really trusted. Yeah. So, okay, Emi, this is it. I know that was the voice, and it's really that the therapist or coach or teacher or we cannot heal anyone. We can facilitate or a safe place for clients to heal themselves. So you are the only one who can heal yourself, really, no? So mindfulness really cultivate this innate, and capacity to really trust
Yeah.
in what you have, because we all know.
This was like trying not to listen too much to your thoughts or to your brain, but more to access like your body feeling wisdom,
Exactly.
which you access through mindfulness, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because your mind told you, no, you need to stay in that
Yeah.
relationship because
Exactly.
of your son, because of your responsibility, and maybe guilt, possibly.
Totally. Yes, I'm sure all single parents have a feeling of guilty, and I totally understand. But I just want to share one thing that I found. I was desperate to find some kind of answer or the indication at the time that I am okay by myself with my son, and I made the right decision. And I found one, a psychiatrist from New York that I don't remember his name, but he was saying, look, the child needs one parent who they can connect, they can have a secure attachment. And this really helped me to understand. So I would really love to empower a parent to have really understanding over, this development of the child, especially in this mental health, and how one parent can really own, whole history or trauma or the transformation, the responsibility of transformation, and they can empower themselves to take that journey.
What happened after the separation, and what was that for a phase in your life?
It was quite tough, and I was really doing yoga, meditation, breathing, and really mindfulness. So this was the only things that helped me by stopping me to get carried on with thoughts, because there were certain fear for the future. Also, I had a slight PTSD by breakup.
Yes.
And there was certain like threatening and the action of violence, not towards us, but this was enough for me to get PTSD. So I was just really, I am here. I'm not in the past. I am here. What's important for me? This is my child, So this was a really ongoing practice that was taken in daily life. So that was my life.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear what happened to you, but
Yeah.
also good to see and how you managed to
Mm.
stay grounded and
Yeah.
work through this process.
Mm.
Was there someone helping you, guiding you through this time, or was it your inner power, inner drive
Yeah.
to pull your mindful muscle?
I got offered to teach meditation in Japan, in Tokyo. And at the time I was like, okay, meditation helped me get through this. I was in a tunnel without exit. I was wondering which kind of meditation I can deliver and that helps people like in my situation. Then I understood that is mindfulness, which is not in a very specific like lineage, and it's reachable to, accessible to everyone. It doesn't leave anyone out. So I started to really share in mindfulness back in 2016. Then I got into this searching. It's the program born at Google called Search Inside Yourself. And I did this like global instructor training in Bangkok for 1 year in 2017. And this was quite eye-opening for me to learn mindfulness in very different context, because it's like this was a program based on mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and neuroscience, which I have never touched. But this gave me depth or like curiosity to understand more about mindfulness. And there were some certain words that I did not kind of know so much, which was compassion and empathy and all this.
So you have done then several courses, starting from yoga to meditation, teaching meditation, mindfulness. What other trainings have you done beside this year-long training?
There was very simple kind of research or study then on empathy by this neuroscientist called Dr. Eagleman, who is from Stanford Uni. And what they found was that the empathy actually empathy differs, depends on if we view others as different or not. So the study was they put participants in a room and they needed to watch a video of the arms poked by the syringe. And this hands, the arm like lightly labeled.
Yes.
And participant needed to put this MR to measure the brain activities. And this was labeled like for the religion, for example, Christian, Buddhism, Buddhist, Muslim, or Jewish, for example. No? Or this was labeled as like Greens or the communist and
Yes.
so, or even like measures. I don't really know the other Yankees, just some kind of the sports team, which sport team you're.
Yeah.
And that they found that really when people perceive you as an in-group, the level of empathy was much higher than when people see you as an out-group.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is a very simple example that if we can see others just as we are, we can cultivate empathy. So this was like somehow like, wow, it's true. that somehow we differentiate people, and if you're not like me, and you try to make the separation. But why? We are all same, no? We just want to live in peace and love and thrive in our dreams.
So what was your takeaway from that?
Yes, so I got really interested in compassion. So I did online training. This training are organized by this Upaya Zen Center in the States. And it was taught by a Buddhist monk. And this course was developed for healthcare workers to study and learn about compassion. And this was really interesting that at the end of the day, how much we can stay in ourselves. This is the birthplace of compassion, because if you are sucked into someone else's pain, you know, the best you have is survivor's guilt or some kind of thing. But if you can really stay mindful and awareness with your body, you can actually help in action. Compassion, you know, we can take a compassion in action. So that was the course.
Yes.
Yes, and this was quite deep, and this took me back to mindfulness. Yes.
We need to go deeper into the compassion part, definitely. But before doing that, so we're talking now about mindfulness, then
Yeah.
empathy, and now
Compassion.
which leads possibly to compassion. Can we differentiate or explain a little bit further? Explain what mindfulness is, please, in your perspective.
Yes. And this is also in 10 years of my experience of sharing mindfulness. The understanding of mindfulness and the message I would like to deliver through the practice is different from where I was starting and where I am at now. And when I was starting, this was very simple, you know, that if your mind goes in the past or future, you get into anxiety or like depression, or you're under stress. So come back to here and now. Feel your breath. Feel what you're eating. Feel what you're seeing. Really listen to the sounds, these things, and really come back, so that you can sleep well. You know, you can take care of yourself. But now I have done these few trauma studies also, and now my mindfulness is about how much you can just be yourself and be okay with it. Yeah. So but the actual practice hasn't changed at all. That it's lying in meditation, because practice of meditation cultivates the certain types of attention and concentration. And when you know, or when your mechanics of the body or the brain knows how you can get into this state that is a bit deeper than this the most superficial consciousness, you know, then you can start speaking to yourself.
It's fascinating also how you explain how your original understanding was, and that mindfulness today for you is more like self-expression also.
Yeah.
Kind of be comfortable with yourself and in the moment. I mean, we hear a lot about mindfulness and
Sure.
meditation and what people can do and so on, but it's beyond just being in the moment. It's as you mentioned. This is what I like about what you say: being comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
And what does it mean?
Yeah. Thank you, Abdullah. Thanks for the question. This maybe I can speak a little bit of what I learned, and I can connect to that. So which is that so afterwards in 2022 I started to learning about trauma and trauma therapy. So I did 2 courses at the same time. One was Compassionate Inquiry by Gabor Mate,
Yes.
and this was 240 hours of the therapist training, and also Somatic Experiencing by Peter Levine,
Yes.
which is a 3 years training. But Somatic Experiencing is really deeply rooted in the science and biology of human. Okay, but Compassionate Inquiry by Gabor Mate, it gives whole background of what trauma is, what we are, and it was kind of really deeply rooted in humanity, and through both, I got to understand, okay, so yoga, mindfulness, Buddhism, everything is here for the same purpose, which is for us to be totally okay with ourselves. When we feel really safe, our nervous system is in the place of safety, which actually can affect and influence the other people's nervous system without any words.
Yeah.
And if it's like 2.5 meters away from me, your nervous system can get influenced by mine. Just be together.
That's the so-called co-regulation.
Exactly. Yes. And when this co-regulation happens, this is the only place that we can grow, we can love, we can appreciate, we can be empathetic, and we can try to help people, all this. And this is the only place. And this is a place that when we are here and now, that our whole body and nerve system knows that you're safe, you're not judged, you can be yourself.
You said something,
Yeah.
we feel uncomfortable in ourselves. But I differentiate that even between, let's say, the majority of human beings and those who are deeply or traumatized in one or the other way. What is wrong with us? Why do we feel uncomfortable? And why do we need this reminder of these different techniques?
There's nothing wrong with us, and we just live in this life and in this moment. And I believe everyone's doing the best they can, no? Yeah, exactly. So I think we really need to change the word that nothing's wrong with us. Yeah. And but obviously we have this discomfort because no one's perfect. And but when you feel discomfort, can you be okay with this? So this is a first question.
Yes.
No? Yeah. Or you need to escape, or you need to fight, or you need to get freeze, or you can be vulnerable. Yeah, but this is very scary.
We'll get back to that, yes.
As well.
But certainly there is nothing wrong with us, but maybe we need to be reminded about it again.
Yeah, that's right.
If we go back to the Gabor Mate training, the compassionate inquiry, what's the essence of that training and what did it teach you?
The essence of the training is that like I said, this to have a compassionate eye on the humanity and what we have done, no? But at the same time, Gabor was suggesting this amazing questionnaire, and this was the technique of the therapy and the approach he calls the trauma approach that we needed to learn step by step. So, for example, would you like to do it with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
So Gabor was explaining about triggers, okay, and he said something like this. So if I say this to you, Abdullah, if I tell you, Abdullah, you are useless. Can you feel it?
Of
Maybe
course.
you wanna kick me out.
No, you can stay for now.
Okay. All right. So feel it. Okay. So now I say to you, Abdullah, you're a green bush. You also think that I'm crazy and you want to kick me out.
Mm-hmm.
What was the difference? How did you feel?
In one way, I felt attacked. My personality, me as being, like, who are you telling me this? Why? Did I something wrong? Just question myself. And on the second one is like, did not touch me at all. I mean, I know it's not true. I'm not
You're not the
intellectually,
bush.
but also I don't feel I'm a bush.
Okay, great. So this is the example of how we get triggered. And he said, okay, so when you get triggered means that someone pulled the trigger of your gun, no? But like this, if you don't have any explosive materials or gunpowder inside in this gun, you don't get pulled and you don't get triggered. So it's not about what other people say, or what happened to you, or what other people like the mirada, the eyes. It's not about other people or outside of the world. When you get triggered, you need to work on the inside of the gun. Yeah.
It's my reaction on the outside world.
Yeah, exactly. So reaction is yours. So when I say you're green bush, it doesn't trigger you because there's nothing inside in you with green bush. But the other question, there was already inside, something was inside in you that was triggered.
Isn't it so that it depends if someone is close to us, not close to us? I might be affected by my wife telling me something much more intense than by a stranger stopping me around the corner and telling me something. And another fact is like also, how are we affected by social media postings, what is written publicly, especially when I think about clients, our type of clients, let's say celebrities or public figures, if how they are affected by what the media, what people on social media write about them.
As I said in mindfulness, what I learned was to really believe that everyone's doing their best. And in a somatic experiencing or the compassionate inquiry, or even in polyvagal theory, you can see that it is not yours, the other people's reaction. You know, it's the personality and character of someone is just cultivated defense mechanism. So even your wife trying to like poke at yours.
My wife doesn't, but
You're lucky. Yeah.
Just to correct, it was just an example for fake reasons.
Exactly. Yeah, but this is just her nerve system reacting, and she needs something from you. There's a need, obviously. Maybe she just want to feel safe. She just want to be seen. You know, she just want to be heard. All this, and this is really reflected to the world, the current world of the situation now, that everyone jumps onto one or other, and they like explode their anger or hatred, because there is also each of us have some triggers in us which we have not been really, having a conversation with. And so if there are like outlets, we kind of jumps on in a way. Or we have survivor's guilt and we feel really, really helpless and we want to be heard.
On the one side, we want to be heard, but we also possibly avoid being criticized.
Yeah.
Like, because if I stay just at home and close the windows, I'm not exposed to the weather, for example.
Yeah.
So if I don't do something, I'm not exposed to be judged, or that any trigger is triggered in me.
Yeah.
So what would you tell these people who maybe also
Okay.
don't tap into their potential or of living their life to the full potential.
Well, I guess everyone's different, so the mechanism, coping mechanism can be different. But still, how much you can stay in your own thing and see this harsh comment as their reaction, no? Yeah.
Their reaction to whatever, and it's
Exactly.
not the real.
It's in their trigger and not them, but they're choosing their life, or their life itself is choosing to be in public or in the position of, the influence all the other people, no? And if you want to keep being in that position, and that is your full potential, and this is because this is if you're so seen, which means you have this both strengths and vulnerability shown at the same time. You need to be so brave to be in public. Yes. So I applaud them first, that people who stands up like this,
Yes.
to live in their dream or thrive or take a leadership. But yeah, at the same time, you have a right to say no anytime you want. You don't live for other people.
Yes, it depends on what drives you to be in public, or
This is a very important question to ask.
yeah. Is it because of you want to be seen again out of my self-esteem and my need to be seen, or is it I want to make a difference in this life? Let's say
Exactly.
from the original idea of compassionate inquiry, about being compassionate with the world. Maybe you want to help. Maybe we want to be making a difference as such.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
Was there anything else in the compassionate inquiry training you would point out?
Well, there were so many interesting questions that we can ask to ourselves. For example, like as I said, even the public figure or celebrities, they actually can say no, It's, you don't live for other people. So, if you say no, you don't die. But when you don't say no, even though you want to say no, why? So this is something. So is there any merit, the benefit of not saying no? Or is there any feeling of stopping you from saying no? Why you don't say no, These kind of questions are so interesting, and I carry this question to my therapy as well as my mindfulness classes. Yeah.
So it depends. If you do something or don't do something, both have meanings in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
You also mentioned this somatic experiencing training, which is substantial. And beside Gabor Mate's work is Dr. Peter Levine, another trauma expert in the world, and has been doing groundbreaking work.
Really?
What did that give to you and add to your work you're doing?
Yeah, okay. When I went into this introductory somatic experience and workshop, I saw it as a mindfulness. So I decided to train myself in somatic experiencing, rather compassionate inquiry. And so I really loved it, because it really depends on how much you can feel your body. And also, this comes down really to mindfulness, and I feel like now I'm making a first circle of my understanding. Should be many more layers that I cannot wait to explore more. But which is that somatic experiencing really tells you that when you feel safe, when your nerve system feels safe, then this is the beginning of the healing, you cannot feel safety, when you're not safe being yourself, what would you do? You might as well don't say nothing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, withdraw.
We don't. Exactly. So when we feel safe, like a child coming home from the school, and he started feeling like he feels safe by seeing the mother, and then he cry or complain and stuff.
Can express.
Can express.
The safety has something to do with also what I know, what I don't know, maybe. If I'm in an environment I know the people, I know the home, like my mother, my family, I can be me.
Yeah.
Again, is it me or is it
Yeah.
is it something I'm playing?
Yeah.
But if I'm somewhere I'm not familiar with, I withdraw.
Yeah, exactly. But this is Abdullah, this is really lucky to be able to say that, no? Because many of our clients, we see imbalance, or many of the clients I have in my therapy also, they don't have a place of safety in family or in the real world. That's how I feel. So they come to us, no? And they feel. I had a lot of feedbacks from the clients of balance that they felt so safe in their stay in balance, no? And I really encourage them to keep it in their body, the feeling of safety that they felt in balance, no?
What makes us feel safe at the end? Because sometimes it's an abstract world. I feel safe or safety, and it's not just today. It's not just not being hunted by an animal anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What is safety today, and how can we step into it?
Yeah. Okay. So the safety, this word is also like becoming a trend, no, at the moment. But so what Gabor Mate said about safety, there's two conditions. One is that absent of the threat. So this is obvious, no? If you're in a war, you cannot feel safe.
Yes.
Yeah. And second, if there is a connection. Okay. So connection, there is two different types of connections. And one is connection to others, which is attachment. And the other is connection to yourself, which is authenticity. Yeah. So when you're connected with yourself, with your authenticity, which means you feel exactly how you feel in this moment, and you feel okay to express it. And to connecting with this secure attachment, if you have this attachment to others, that you can be connected to others from the place of your authenticity. So this is a safe connection, no? So when these connections are present and threat is absent, there's a safety. That's what he said. And obviously, SE, somatic experiencing, is more of seeing the state of nervous system. So this also explains, when the biological feature that your breathing and heart rates are normal and regulated. Your pupils are this size, and your breathing and your tone of your voice and your facial expression is like this, and they describe as well what's the safety.
On the one hand side, it's the biological
Exactly.
impact, how our body or reaction as well. And on the other side, it's the environment and the connection, which impacts, obviously, both sides impact each other. We cannot be safe if we are in a danger zone or in a danger state. If we are in a bad relationship, we have to withdraw from it. If we are in a war zone, we have to withdraw of it. So we have to go. This is what we often see. Okay, someone can do good
Yeah.
if they withdraw and go into treatment. But if they go back to the same environment patterns, they will struggle most likely again.
Yeah.
So they have to create a safe space also,
Yeah.
not just in treatment,
Yeah.
but at home.
Yeah.
But treatment will, as you are explaining, also create the awareness
Yeah.
of safety and what needs to be changed.
Exactly.
Helps to process
Yeah. Yeah.
to the next level.
Yeah, exactly. Because often, I mean, trauma is, if I say trauma victims, this sounds like I'm specifying the people into the category, and I don't feel this is right, because we all have trauma.
Yeah.
It's just the natural condition of the life. I see. But when we have a bigger trauma, we lose the ownership of our life, no? Yeah. So through therapy, I think it's very important for therapists to be able to give clients some sort of ownership or empowerment that it's their life. And, so that because they're the only one who can change the situation in the family, or to get out, to decide for themselves. So I think this is important. Yeah.
Yeah, trauma is a lot used expression today, and there is certainly the small t and the big T.
Yeah.
I feel on the small t trauma, it's like, as you mentioned, everyone experiences trauma in one or the other way. This is, let's say, our regular learning, as part of our learning and become resilient in life.
Yeah.
To become stronger mentally, physically. I certainly see that also with, I grew up in a war-torn country in Lebanon. The first years in my life, I was also in a war zone, which...
Right.
But when I think about the people who live there, and they have experienced more and more and more over time and decades, they have become stronger.
Yeah.
They have become more resilient in what affects them in their life. And I feel also that they have become more grateful what they have. So it's like, if I would ask, how are you? They say, yeah, it's like, I'm grateful. That's the answer. I'm grateful. It's not to say good or bad. No, I'm grateful. That's the answer.
Beautiful.
And that's what I see as some nice take out of also traumatic experiences in life.
This is beautiful, Abdullah, because it's very different. I see, like, Japan is also a little bit more traditional culture, and it works more like oriented in family, or the larger, like, extensional, like a family kind of system. And I bet Lebanon is a bit like that too, And in this environment, we have more places that we can run into, So when things are bad, when things are scary, we need to keep ourselves together.
Yes, you always feel connected. You always have the safety of the people.
Exactly.
And also the authenticity you mentioned. I see most people very authentic. They express, I'm feeling good or I'm feeling bad. They always know there are other people around.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. I realized in comparison with Western world, where we live more isolated and loneliness is on the rise.
And you need to be moneyed. And always good.
Yes, always good.
Yes.
Perfect.
Exactly.
And this is, let's say, growing up then also later on in Switzerland. It's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
What extreme.
That's the other extreme where you need to be a certain way.
Yeah.
You need to behave in a certain way. It's perfect. You need to have a certain income. You need to have a certain car, a certain house, a certain whatever. You that's where you start comparing yourself, and the the more you compare yourself on a higher level,
Oof.
the more you feel miserable in the inside.
Yeah. So having that around you growing up, this this is a gift in a hardship. Like, I don't know what's hardship anymore, but so if you have, even though if you have a relationship which is abusive, but if you have someone else that you can go into, and if they can give you the support that you need, the connection that we spoke about, the safety that we spoke about, it's easier for them to decide to leave that relationship, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
You mentioned part of feeling safety is within ourselves from the compassionate inquiry theory. How do we achieve that? How can we connect with ourselves in a way after so many life experiences and maybe traumas as well to feel safe within ourselves?
Yeah, very good point. Because this is the hardest point, no? Really to connect with yourself and with your authenticity. Because authenticity is not about, I am like this, I am this kind of person. I think if this happens, this is in a psychology, I think this is called the story of me. Yes? Yes. So in mindfulness, we talk about this, that when we cultivate mindfulness, which is this capacity to be in this moment, you become not only this bit, the story of myself, you become this whole body that exists in this moment. And this sensation of your whole body is you, yourself. So this is something that you can cultivate by practice, obviously. Yeah. So when this becomes, when you become you as this body existing in front of you in this moment, you have this awareness that, for example, we feel that our emotions and thoughts are coming faster than our body, Yes, so our mind is actually, we feel like our mind is walking before our body.
Yeah.
But in a reality, we have this body breathing for you. We don't need to control our breath because when we go to sleep, it doesn't stop, So our body is continuously breathing for you to survive until you don't. So if we have this awareness, you started recognizing actually the body reacts to the outside of the world, and this stimuli comes up to your brain, and we can recognize our emotions and thoughts, like sadness or the frustration or stress or happiness. But first, actually, there is a body reacting to all the stimuli.
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yeah.
So if you want to feel your authenticity, you are so attentive to what you're feeling or what your body is doing in this moment. To be authentic, this is very difficult. It's difficult theme or concept, or yes, but this can translate into that how much you can feel. You can say okay to what exactly you're feeling. Maybe everyone says yes, but you actually feel no. Can you feel that without hesitation? And can you be okay with expressing that? This is a simple like way of
It's difficult
It's difficult.
because most people maybe grow up and then they have an image of themselves, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And this is who I am, this is who what I do, this is my job, this is my environment, and
Who I should be.
who I should be. Maybe my
Doesn't
parents want me to
matter.
be
Exactly.
what matters. But then we need also to understand, who am I? Who am I? What is it I want in life? What's my purpose? Why am I here? So I need first of all ask myself or learn about it
Yeah.
before I can say, who am I authentically?
Yeah.
Because being authentic means can also lead to be feeling lost somehow.
I mean, it doesn't mean that if you're authentic, things goes easier.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you express everything that maybe this against, I don't know, the people around you, or then but you still want to express to live authentically, so it doesn't mean that if you're authentic everyone loves you, or gives you a job.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes opposite, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter if you're feeling authentic and safe with yourself, and there's no wow with yourself. You see, look around when you're in this place, you see the life or world differently, because really the world itself is just a reflection of the relationship with yourself.
And most likely also to start accepting things.
Yeah.
Who am I or what I want, and acknowledge my feelings and
Yeah,
what I am.
exactly. Acknowledge the feeling. This is very important, because we have so many things happened in the past. Maybe there were some certain emotions that was not spoken or expressed or prohibited to exhibit in your family when you grow up, then all this emotion and body is very connected to a childhood trauma, obviously. So when we go to authenticity, we need to work on all these memories of the emotions that was suppressed. Yeah. And in mindfulness, we say something like this, that when we do mindfulness, I am living in my body, this body of Emi for 45 years. So there's a back of Emi that I pushed all the emotion that I could not handle at the time, or expressed or needed to suppress. I put all these things in my body and now put in a lid. Yeah, so if I do meditation or mindfulness, I just put a lid on it and really happy and calm on the surface. But this doesn't happen when you do mindfulness or meditation. This lid goes full open, and it's, all these things that you push down,
Come up.
yeah, revisit you. And you just need to witness and accept and compassionate. Then when this is empty, you reach the true happiness. So that's what we say in mindfulness, and this is absolutely true.
This shows me also clearly that to be authentic, to live in a way where we can show self-love and self-compassion,
Yeah.
we need also to understand ourselves.
Yeah.
We need maybe to do some inner child work to understand ourselves. How have we become who we are today, and what shaped us, to give a clear understanding to it and to process it in one or the other way,
Yeah.
so we can find out on the essence
Yeah.
who we are today and who we maybe want to be for the next period of our lives.
No, this is also an excellent point, that who we are now, maybe you don't love yourself in this present moment, but look at you survived, And this is something the compassionate inquiry really told me, that all the things happened to you was you managed to keep your life alive. And and you become strong, you know. And when you have hardship in childhood, you become strong and you become so independent and all this. But this led you to the place of where you are now. So you don't like what's wrong with us. We change the whole perspective about this. Nothing was wrong. Things happened for me to become who I am today. It's really, it's good and bad is just the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
So if we can really intentionally turn that around, and whatever happens to your life as some kind of lesson for you to be really authentic.
I find the word self-love is a bit, when I heard it the first time, I felt like, self-love, do I have to love myself? In what way? And I am just who I am. And so it's it was a strange concept to me initially. Today I understand it much better, of course. But what is self-love and why do we need it?
Just for French. Yeah. So yeah, self-love sounds very fluffy. I totally agree, and also self-compassion. But when I first encountered the concept of self-compassion was in this course that the Search Inside Yourself. And there was this doctor, Kristen Neff, from the US. She's the advocate of self-compassion at the first place. And she had this excellent TED talk, which, they explain the self-compassion really clearly, which she goes that, okay, in the midnight, you got a phone call from your best friend and she's crying and you're worried and you ask what happened. And she said, oh, my boyfriend left me. And you say to her, well, but you're not so young anymore and not so beautiful and you got fat a little bit and it's not so interesting or fun to talk to you about anything, so maybe you will never have boyfriend again. And I know, and Christine Neff goes, but would you ever talk to your best friend like that?
Yeah.
But how often do you talk to yourself like that? And this is very simple, but this is very
Yes.
true. And what happened when, well, there's one thing, maybe we can try together. Yes?
Sure.
Okay. So can you make a fist on one hand? And you don't want to let it go, okay? You're holding something. You don't want to let it go, okay? And with the other hands, can you try to forcefully open these hands and observe what happened to these hands, okay? So you just try to open it. Okay. All right. What happens?
Get stronger.
Gets stronger, exactly. Okay, so now we release. And let's do the same thing again.
Yeah.
So we have a fist, really strong fist. You don't want to let go, okay? So with these hands, this time, you just say, okay, I understand. It's okay. It's going to be okay.
It gets softer.
It gets softer, exactly. So this is just pure natural biological response that we have in our body. So when you talk or criticize yourself, when you judge yourself, our brain thinks someone's attacking you and it goes into defense. So, there's the I forgot his name. There's this therapy called compassion focused therapy from England. He's a professor of this Danny done university in England.
Mm-hmm.
So the professor said, in this modern society, the majority of the stressor is caused by self-criticism, because when we place expectation that we need to achieve or we need to behave a certain way, we start criticizing ourselves. And this causes defense mechanism, activation of the defense mechanism, and this causes stress.
Why are we so tough on ourselves? Like maybe more than on anyone else.
Yeah, so what do you think? Okay, if you're not perfect,
Mm-hmm.
what happens to you?
I'm not accepted. I'm not loved. I'm out of the
Yes, but this,
tribe.
yes, because this is Abdullah, so you can reply to me like this.
Mm.
But I ask the same question to the clients, and many people cannot say.
Yeah.
Then I can change a little bit of the question, saying, okay, so when you are not perfect or when you're not nice,
Mm-hmm.
what happened to you? Yes. So this is the cause of we being hard on ourselves. No? Yeah.
How can I avoid my children to be, because obviously on the one hand side I want to put some boundaries in place and I want
Yeah.
things to be loose,
Yeah.
but on the other side we want to avoid these failures of them feeling trapped in a life because of me or because of the parents.
Yeah. Yeah. We have this challenge really, and our challenge always goes with what kind of society we live in. No? Yeah, because trauma feels like it's only coming from the parents or the family members,
Well,
but it's hugely affected by what kind of society we live in and how they thrive in their life. So when parents doesn't have a time for kids, obviously this becomes a huge issue for the child development, no? Yes, because we all know, we all know that we need attention. We need someone else's presence, which is a generous attention, no? And I understood that we all need the same things: the baby, child, man, woman, the old people. That what we need is a person who you can go to when you're in the hardship, that the place that you know that you're not going to be judged, or they don't have any agenda, and they have this big calm, and they because not many things we can change. So we just need a place to go, and this person can hug you and say, it's okay.
okay.
This is what we need for the healthy mental development. And that's what our child needs also.
Yes.
No?
This would also mean like we as parents should be more focusing on being, on the one hand side, a role model, also showing vulnerability,
Totally.
not being that perfect parent,
Totally.
to show, okay, we have weaknesses, so allow them, so for them also to allow it too, but also not to think we can influence that much in a way that we tell them what's good or wrong and good and wrong and how they should live their life, but really to just to hold a space for them where they can get back to whenever they need it.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, we are still like, I feel the experimental phase, you know, because our society is very quickly changing. So our parents' generation, maybe we still had this community like a village where kids had one kid had 3 adults who can look after them. But now we are in this really small family group, very individual.
Yes.
So maybe we are still in this experimental phase. I feel I don't know how they come out.
No, I see that too. I mean, like
Yeah.
we have become from larger tribes
Yeah.
to larger families to individual families like couple and children. But this is also, if you look at it further, so many couples, marriages fail also because of whatever reason, and then a parent end up alone, or the children have to change between patchwork
modern
families,
world.
modern life
Yes.
families. So this is certainly more challenging to feel that safety in my nest.
Exactly. So, like as you said, Abdullah, the showing the vulnerability is very important. I feel to our children that that we say that I'm so tired, I just need to rest, or even like you can get emotional, and if you make mistake, you don't forget to say sorry to our child. No, all these things are so important, I think, and as parents really work on ourselves to establish, to be able to be in this state of nervous system that represent the safety and connection, and this is our work. I feel.
There are so many influences, it depends on what children they are with at school, at outside school, their hobbies, and but certainly also having different children. Myself, I have 3, and everyone is different. So you can try to be with everyone like the same, or maybe I've learned over time and trying to do it better with the next one. So yeah. Learning self-love, self-compassion is important, but I also learned today it's affecting each other. It's affecting like the social environment. It's affecting me, how I am. Can I be authentic? Can I love myself? But also the other way around. I affect my surrounding as well. What's your 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 experience there? What comes first, and how to cultivate it within my small circle?
Really, how much you can be yourself, being authentic and connected with yourself. This is really the origin of the connection with others. So if you become such a good friend, if you can treat yourself as your best friend, then this is the base of how you perceive the world outside. It becomes your world. Yes. So really it happens within you. Yeah. And it's just like we are like a cup, like as a container. When our glass is full, if something happens, you explode already. But when you take care of your glass, and if it's half, like you can bear, many things. And be compassionate to others, like, okay, kids running and kick the coffee cup or something. I don't need to go like this. I'm like, are you okay? You didn't get hurt. There's such a big difference of response if we take care of ourselves. So, yeah, I think it can get simple as that how you taking care of yourself is really how you take care of the world.
When we communicate with each other, it's also how we communicate. You mentioned it. If my glass is half full, and I have some left resilience, I can handle stressors from life and in our interactions much better. But what are, let's say, the basics on how we should communicate with each other? Because when I'm self-compassionate, I want also to be compassionate with others. And what's the best thing I can do here?
We can feel if I come up to you with my secret agenda. You see? And you don't feel safe, or you don't feel opening up.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So how much I'm comfortable just being myself with you makes you relax, no? Or not?
Yes. Yes. So the more I feel you are authentic,
Yeah.
no hidden
No hidden
agenda,
agenda.
and
Judgment.
no judgment.
Yeah.
And but also, like in our modern life, it's the time you can dedicate to me.
Yeah.
If you're present to me,
Yes.
if you are
Yeah.
fully present with me, mindfully
Yeah.
present, I feel more valued as a person, and I value you because of that
Oh,
as well.
beautiful. Yes, thank you. Yeah, exactly. So this is true. The mindfulness says the most gift you can give to other person is that your presence. Yeah. So this is how we should be, or we hope we are all the time. Yeah. But also this comes back to this really the daily small practice of meditation, or really just feel the breath or the ground beneath.
Yeah, to be grounded myself.
Yeah.
And another thing is also the way of communicating. I feel that if we for example are careful about each other, I know I don't want to tell you what you need to do, or
Yeah.
no one wants to hear that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's another thing. No one wants to be taught.
Yeah.
That's something I've learned in life. No one wants to be told if they have done something wrong, or what they should do better because they are in a bad situation in life. They have to come to a self-realization. So understanding this, when I'm with someone, I try not to teach.
Yeah.
I try to maybe talk about my personal experience, or I try to ask questions, so they tell me more about themselves, or how they feel, or how to create kind of a self-realization.
Okay.
Do you experience that too?
Most of the time, exactly what you said, they are not looking for any advice. They just want to be heard and seen, and they just want to feel safe.
We are back to the time we can spend being mindful, but also holding the space, not just for children, but also for just the people around us, and not be distracted by phones and
Exactly.
computer work. And
The conscious, attentive time for each other is really essential. Yeah.
how do you build up your treatment today with your clients? What does it contain?
Yeah. So I do really mindfulness based somatic experiencing, and I apply this questionally that I learned from Gabor Mate's Compassionate Inquiry course, which is such useful, indicator for them to go inwards. So, but as somatic experiencing shows us with such a science-based data that when our system is not feeling safe, the things doesn't open up. So I work a lot with resourcing, which means that the grounding technique, that the person's whole being can feel that they're here and now. And trauma is something that happened in the past. And when you are triggered, this past is coming back to the present moment. So I work with this moment quite a lot, because what happening to this moment? I am with you. Around you, there's no threat. Then when you can come back to this moment so consciously with whole nerve system embodied experience, they can feel safe being here. So this moment is the moment that healing can take place. So Okay, first ground, feel this moment, orient, then we start. And I just give them a lot of safe space. When you have a bigger trauma, this is less accessible to be in a safe place, you know? So sometimes it's enough for them to feel safety is enough, already enough happens in there. Because this is to really have a connection and talk with your authenticity, which is the voice of yours, which is the voice of your body. And for your voice of the body to reveal itself, you need to cultivate the feeling of safety in this moment together. And the healing doesn't happen in the therapy room. Healing needs to happen in the real life. So I really encourage them to have this feeling of safety back in their life, so that they can. It's like the expanding the container, because what happens to the life you cannot control, but how we cope with these waves, this is something that we can work on, so that if we have this safety container bigger and bigger and deeper, you're able to cope much more just being yourself.
It's a beautiful analogy. So, like when we are in a distressed state, our safety container is small, and we have to work on making it bigger.
Yes, exactly.
To increase resilience or the space of safety.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What types of clients usually come to your sessions? What type of clients you work with?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people with narcissistic abuse. Yeah. And also single parents and developmental trauma.
What changes have you seen? Like the most remarkable changes you have seen in your clients?
So many. Some people say things like, I never thought that I can dream to be happy. So this is a big change. For example, there are some people who say, I want to be happy, I want to be happy, but they cannot really trust that is possible or available for them. And this is such a big change, I feel, that they stand up.
Like losing trust in themselves or gaining it again.
Gaining their life again.
Yeah. At least the idea of they can be again.
They can dream,
They can dream.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Emi, what do you do in your daily life and your daily practice to stay in balance?
Okay. I still take once a month my therapy of somatic experiencing to really keep the safety container big and solid. And also when I'm when I am in this little hard time, I meditate a lot. But when I'm good, I don't meditate so much, but there's a practice that I continuously do, which is I catch the moment when I wake up before the me from yesterday comes back. So there's like a little moment that I'm just waking up. Then I smile to my body and say, thank you that I'm alive today.
So gratitude practice kind.
Yeah, this is very Thich Nhat Hanh lineage of mindfulness. Yeah.
Yeah. Another big teacher.
Big teacher. Yeah.
If you can speak now to anyone in the world, what would you suggest to them to do? What kind of wisdom would you give them?
Be in this moment, come back again and again, because this is the only moment we can savor the life. Yes, which is just now.
It sounds so simple,
Sounds
but
so simple.
that's what we all have at the end, every little moment by moment. Amy, thank you so much
Thank you
for your
so
time.
much.
I appreciated our conversation today, and I felt your presence. And keep doing what you do with all the clients and everyone out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abdullah.